What can I say? We all kind of figured this may happen again. Cloud9 is officially your back-to-back Halo Infinite LAN champions. HCS Anaheim was this weekend for our North America Regional Finals. And once again, we had the top 16 teams going at it. And out of those top 16 teams, Cloud9 once again came up victorious over everyone. Pretty much went just about how you expected, a little bit. So we had Cloud9 versus Optic Gaming in the grand finals. We also had Cloud9 versus Optic Gaming in the winners finals. Optic Gaming went on to go to beat E United in a 3-0 to go back to the grand finals and play Cloud9 in a best of 7, which ultimately Cloud9 ended up winning 4-2, which, I mean, as an Optic fan, I hate to see them lose, but as a neutral, this is a very interesting development because we're starting to see Cloud9 drop a lot more games than they were in the past few weeks, in the past few months. This only means that the competition is only getting better and better. We even seen them almost get potentially knocked down to the losers bracket against, honestly, probably one of my standout teams for the entire tournament, Fnatic. Fnatic looked completely great for like their first real showing. They were like just picked up, and I think this was their first LAN event as Team Fnatic. They were officially known as Team War, but Team War had to disband and drop out of Halo, so Fnatic picked up their roster, and they looked really, really good. Like, they got top 12, but for how they were right now, like, they're looking like a major contender if they keep going the way they're going. Pioneers also the same way. They looked pretty good against Cloud9 when they faced them in the winners semifinals. They did end up losing 3-1 to Cloud9 though, but they still put up a mean fight and could have potentially sent it to a game 5 in their series. But still, ultimately, Cloud9 ended up winning the entire thing, taking home the big cash prize of I think about like 50K out of the 150K that was for the total prize pool. And for our top 8, we see Cloud9 in first, Optic in second, E United third, Sentinels in fourth, Pioneers in fifth, G2 in sixth, FaZe Clan in 7th, which I found a little surprising, but I think the way that the bracket worked out for them was just a little unfortunate. And then we see XSET in 8th place. So these top 8 teams will have their seed secured for HCS Kansas, the next major. So that's already great if you're a fan of any of those teams. And again, it's pretty much still the same story. Who is going to take down Cloud9? Now, at the moment, I think there's about maybe 3 to 4 teams that could potentially do that right now. I think Optic, United, Sentinels, and probably FaZe are maybe they're like my top 4 that I could see taking down Cloud9 ultimately. I could see Pioneers potentially doing it. They almost did it. I could see them potentially doing it maybe in like a bracket run or something like that. I don't know if essentially like they'll make it all the way to like a grand finals and do it, but I could see them definitely probably taking like a series off Cloud9 as well. But as far as like winning an entire tournament over Cloud9, because they're the favorites right now, definitely Optic, E United, Sentinels, and FaZe are like my go-to choices for right now. Optic especially, not just because I'm an Optic fan, but because obviously right now they got second, and they really proved that they're like really starting to get their stuff together. They had a pretty rough couple of weeks after that first initial spark of success that they had, and now that they're kind of getting back to form, it seems really like they're in the running for taking that top spot. Same with E United though. Even though Optic beat them 3-0 in the elimination finals, they were still 3 very, very close games, and they could have easily been a 3-0 in the side of E United. So they're looking very strong as well. And honestly, they're probably one of the most slept on top teams in the league right now. So that's pretty much been the main storyline so far. Who's going to take down Cloud9? Which one of these top teams are going to be which one of these top teams are going to be the one to do it? And it's pretty much just been outside of that, just watching these other teams develop. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. The entire weekend was great. I think on the last day for the finals, we saw Halo Infinite reach almost 100K on Twitch for like the main Halo channel, which has been great. It's sat around pretty much like 40 to 50K the entire weekend, but really spiked to like 90K on the last day of the grand finals, which is great. Obviously, it's probably not going to get that much support anyway as well, because the Super Bowl was also on the same day, so come on now. But overall, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from everyone. The competition is getting very fierce, even though Cloud9 is still like reigning supreme. The competition for that spot is growing ever closer, and even in like the top 6 to like top 12, competition is pretty fierce, because like I said earlier, Fnatic, they got top 12 and they're looking like a pretty strong team. They get some of those, they work out some of them kinks, they're going to be looking really great. G2 honestly surprised me as well. G2 and both Xset, they're looking pretty strong as well. They have some fierce hitters on their team, and like the competition all around from top 1 through top 12 is looking pretty fierce in NA, I say by far. And it's pretty much just, to me, just the minute differences between some teams. Once you get to that like top 4, top 8-ish area, you kind of see some more things that are keeping them in that top 8 area versus like breaking into the top 4. I don't want to really get into that into this video, because one, I'm not really like looking into it that deep, and I'm kind of just giving you guys an overview of what happened this weekend. But overall, the top 12 teams, like this regional finals really could have went in a lot of ways, even if Cloud9 was like would be the ultimate victor. But I could honestly see these top 4 through top 8 changing vastly. If you guys have been watching the HCS, let me know what you guys thought of the championship, if you managed to catch it at all this weekend. If you got any teams that you've been rooting for, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on the video if you found it helpful at all. And if you want more Halo Infinite and HCS video updates like this, then be sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below for your boy. It's my boy Windex CJ. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Spartans.